We will call to order 4:06 today. I think we had Wendy and Beth online with us today. All right, so first over to the minutes. So can I get a motion to approve the attached minutes for the September 4, 2024 meeting?
I can motion.
I'll second that for this one, just because we're moving stuff around. All right, any discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Sorry, hold on. I do as well, so we're that one, we're good. All right, so we'll move right on to item C to discuss the NHS building committee work.
Quickly, I just know with the rest, finishing photos, only have the auditorium to do, it's still pretty messy. So we could get a good shot of it. They're gonna spend a few days with the, they have plastic coverings in the room.
Yeah, we're planning cleaning tomorrow and Friday, so.
That's the last photograph, so. Russell said he could just take a picture with somebody. That's, we're documenting, so I had went through with Russ all the photos I had. In terms of that, you know, you guys can see them all if you want. We mark them off, the corresponding copy. And the new, you know, 6 bullets or 6 areas.
Yeah.
So we're replacing that. Let me know if you want to change the title on that we have on this currently. If not, we'll have here, title here, the place where educating children. That still holds up. I'll use it if you want to change it. Just
Okay, I'll take a look at it. We're gonna change what will the top say? It'll just say the new Farmington High School.
oh yeah.
For Farmington High School.
Yeah, just Farmington.
Oh no, this is all. This headline's changed.
Yeah. And what is the second one said? What is
It,
the
it says a place for enhancing our children's education learning experience.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one of all the circular use here, the Knowledge Center, still want to use that. And we're replacing obviously photos. These are replacing with new photos. These are all photos. They can be square or rectangular this time, a little larger. And we have a note from Meg, it's going over here. And we get a kind of a synopsis from the student who taught that day. So Russ is dealing with her right now. And then we have this little calendar still, whatever you want to update the calendar.
Yeah, I think I sent you that with the updated schedule.
Yeah, so that, you know, and we got new photos. I have a bunch of photos here. Some students at a distance, so we have to identify them. They were sitting around here, so I was able to get some kids, and that's gonna, we're gonna replace all these photos, actual photos of the day, like photos of, you know, people on tours and walking through the building too.
And you got the photos I sent you
Yeah.
that your office sent from the first day of school.
They did send over elementary pictures, wanting to put those in on the back.
I thought there were some high school pictures
Yeah,
too.
they're around 5 or 6,
Oh,
and there's around 4 elementary.
I do think in the end, like, it's all of our kids will benefit, so I kind of like the idea of.
Yeah, I have them included. But
Yeah.
I have space for all of them, you know.
Yeah.
You get one's getting on a bus,
Yeah.
a couple are going in. So since it's this kind of represents the community.
Yeah.
And this is more of a focus just on the high school, so, okay. Now I'm gonna replace these. So I have plenty of photos and I just need to site map,
Yep.
simplify something. And then we'll be all set. So by next week, this will be ready for the final review. And you gave me all the copy here.
Yeah.
So we have actually extra photos for some of these rooms. So we did some of the settings, some of the like the media center isn't quite set up, the TV studio, but I fidgeted around. And so I have the photos pretty much
And
done.
now everything's set up.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the learning commons, which is the library, is all set up, and, you know, the Edge Media Lab, everything. So,
Now, the other thing, if you wanted to think, did you get any quotes from anybody about the building experience between teachers, students, or just visitors?
you know, I don't think we ever asked anyone for any quote.
I think maybe the tour you do on the 26th, really good to put it in the website. The last newsletter.
But we do have the quotes that we provided to the press about.
Oh, we
the
do
big
have
planning
that. Yeah,
That we put
friends.
together.
Yep.
From, all the speakers and the student and the teacher, so we do have some of those.
So it might be good on the 26th or so. What's on the iPhone again? It's possible to see. But that'd be good for the website.
Yeah, we'll see if we can incorporate that or, something else. Yeah.
You know, it's because.
Who would be doing the, who would be doing the recording?
So tired of the cheap rate.
Someone, okay. She needs to-
It's a, yeah, someone to be, that's, worst case, I'll get one session. Just to get community feedback, would be nice to have it, with some sort of thing, time capsule stuff. So that's pretty much it, and you guys want to see all the photos.
So we're saying it's good about first week of October.
I think that would be a good amount of time to advertise for the October 26th date, so I think that would be the goal.
Just send me all the particulars, how many want me to award the invitation.
Okay.
Because I have space here, it's actually going to be on a mail. So when I get this,
It'll be on
that's
the
the first thing you see.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything where more people are looking for access? Have you heard parents are coming next week, right?
Yeah, they'll see it
That'll be a big
next
push.
week.
I thought a lot of people actually went to the meeting.
I've had, a district come with Board of Ed member, I've get those kinds of requests because they're thinking about a building project,
It was interesting, when Rex took me around, he said, how's it going? He said, the kids are still awestruck.
Yeah.
They were walking around, so they have no discipline problems. And, they're just like, they said, this is like a corporate headquarters for students. And they were talking about, it was really funny. He said, no, it's just, everyone's kind of adjusted, they kind of know where everything is. But they just overwhelmed by, it's created such like a goodwill, which is, not that the kids are bad, it's just that they're so intent in using everything there. Yeah, new experience, I hope this works for a while.
So just to see is after school hours, you see a lot of kids just lounging around.
Oh, they're
Hanging around the media center, those two banquet tables, they're reading.
Yeah.
Those circular couches, there's
Oh, there was a whole dozen services on there.
other devices, but just almost like you're in a mall where you're just. They're like.
I got you.
Yes, they throw like, oh, these kids go home.
Yes.
Well, we have a board member, I know it's a 7-day building, you know what I mean, and it's after hours and before hours, because sometimes they come
Yeah.
early for different practices and things, so how school do they still come, like, so. It's really nice because I used to see them like sitting on the ground in the, that they have comfortable seating and all the light and after light, it definitely makes it.
I remember they used to
So,
clean it up at the school.
So, materials, I guess.
And the quality.
I know for our teachers, it has been just a game changer. They love the space, they're so enthusiastic, they're so appreciative. It has definitely, Russ is virtual, but, I've heard from educators, I know Russ has, and different central office members, not only the students, but our teachers really love the teaching space.
Yeah, they're great spaces. Russ was telling me, I said, walk by the cafeteria, so we have 3.5 hours. And I said, is it really noisy? He says, no, you can be 20 feet away. He said, the sound suppression, noise control. He said, it's just unbelievable. It's not that the kids aren't screaming, they get a bunch of people together, I get that kind of humming noise. And he said, you don't really hear that. And he said, it's the sound control to him has been the big kind of asset that you really don't know until they're actually using the building.
But even in the cafeteria, you see like different areas of that off of lunch hour where kids are actually having a conversation at different, like there's different vignettes.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I saw dozens of kids sitting around doing homework and talking. Yeah. And you could hardly hear them when I was walking by. They were just, I'm talking normally. And it was a pleasure. And it's really good to see it in operation versus the day when I was there, or just doing it. Anyway, thanks.
We had our board meeting in the Black Box Theater and the same acoustics there are excellent. You really can hear everyone so clearly and they're just a perfect setting, for, because very comfortable seating too for people that come, it's nice seating, yeah, so really nice.
Yeah, that's a great, I don't know how many schools have that, but that's really special. He said Russell gets used an awful lot.
Yes, already, students, I know I saw, right after the board meeting, I was there the next day and they had it set up for student discussion and yeah, so really.
Other classes running in that room, the way there used to be in that auditorium style room, or is it just for like sign up for special gatherings?
No, I think it's used for classroom space and for like special gatherings, like we'll be in there for when the educators from, all over the US and Canada will come. That's where we're gonna be set up, in there. It's such a nice space.
All right, so we all get a newsletter. All right, so we will move on to item B to discuss October FHS tours.
One of the things how many extras you want, more extras on this, usually it's studio.
That'd be good, hopefully the senior center. Library,
We'll take some.
yeah, I think that should be enough.
Okay.
So October tours, Russ and I met earlier this week to try to give some outline of what we were thinking and what we think is manageable. So we have that Saturday, October 26th date. We were thinking 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. for the time that it's open. That way it gives people opportunity to come in the morning, if they have something in the afternoon, and those that, we have a soccer field or whatever in the morning, and time to come in the afternoon. So that's a good chunk of time. In terms of advertising, the beauty is now that it's moved to the end of October, we have plenty of time to get this out through the building committee newsletter. A town newsletter is going out, probably in that first week of October timeframe as well. We'll do an invite, put it in Friday folders, social media, on the website, email blast groups, and recreation has a lot of times for these big events, emailed it out to their groups as well. So we have plenty of time to advertise, which is really good news. In terms of the logistics, we were thinking of using Sign Up Genius, which is an online platform that it's not the best looking website, but it does have the ability to sign up for an actual time slot, which is really, really helpful. They get a reminder, you can limit the amount of signups. So it is the best platform for this type of event to sign up.
You can customize it.
Yeah.
I don't know, they charge for everything now.
Yes.
Monetize it, it used to be, but might be able to at least get in order.
Yeah, we'll make it look as nice as possible. We were thinking of running tours every 30 minutes. So on the half hour, a new tour group would come in. We were thinking of tour group sizes to be 20 people per group. That's manageable for the student leaders that would be doing the tour. And in each half hour session, you're thinking of limiting it to 2 tour groups, so 40 people per half hour. That's a manageable size for the people that are walking around. It's a manageable size to get in and out, and there's not going to be, a lot of traffic buildup between the people or the site. With that was a manageable number for us, and that way, we're thinking having people come in the public entrance, check in at the table, go into the auditorium. So even if they come early, a little bit early, they can go in the auditorium, sit there, we'll have a slideshow of the construction crowd, in the interim. On the half hour when it starts, we'll have somebody and we'll rotate through. It's a lot of presentations to give 10 to 15 minute presentation to tour groups, just kind of the essence behind the building, what some of the decisions were. I know the board received a presentation from Kim, who kind of was the backbone of that design, but kind of things like that to set the stage for what you're going to see around the building. What's that? In the auditorium. So people can come in, go sit in the auditorium, once their half hour starts, 10-15 minute presentation. You say, those who have a blue piece of paper, this is your tour guide, you go here. Those who have a green piece of paper with the map, this is your tour guide. And then there's, not that many, it's manageable for everyone.
So two at the same time, and then they have different groups.
Correct. So then in terms of the tours, we're gonna have student volunteers for the tours. The tour group will work on creating maps for if you're green group or blue group, whatever colors we decide to use. Probably a maroon and a red, maybe keep up with the Farmington branding. We'll come up with a general script and talking points for those student leaders for, this is the Black Box Theater, this is that, just so people are getting the same information. Russ and I were talking and we had those headsets for when we did tours in 2019. If we can locate those, we would love to use them. If not, we can purchase more. They were on Amazon and Jerry's. They were effective in projecting for those larger groups. Yeah, exactly. We would be looking for building committee member volunteers, and we can create a separate sign up for this to help with check-in, help usher people into the auditorium, kind of just making sure things flow as people are coming in and leaving. And then Russ, I'll let you speak a little bit more on this, but we've talked about having maybe some student activities or work on display during this time, so people can see what actually goes on. So I don't know if you want to add to that.
Yeah, our thanks, Kat. Our student leadership symposium will be meeting, and that includes leaders from all across our community, including clubs and activities and athletics. When they found out about there being an open house, they had asked about doing exactly what Kat said, having a presence so that people can see what happens at our school, whether that is work that they're doing through clubs and activities or even in classrooms. So that could be something that is happening inside the building and or outside the building where people are coming in or leaving for their tours.
So it is a really big difference, and I've seen just seeing the building with students there and without students there, so it's cool to see the spaces that, just like what's actually going on in the building, what it's about, would be a cool thing for the public to see. So that's what we came up with.
So we're looking at total 480 people.
Yeah.
So when they sign up, does it do an automatic tally? You gotta go take another one.
Yes,
Okay.
so on the sign up units, I can limit it to 40 slots for each half hour. Once that hits capacity, you can't set up that.
All right, so the first 480 people on it.
Yep.
Okay. Just wanted to know that clear. You can do a handout at all? Give them anything about, a little bit of history, whatever they want to do. I know they're getting the news.
Yeah.
The other thing, you allow them to take photos or not?
People on the tour.
Yeah, people on the tour take photos.
Yeah.
So it's not, I don't, it's doing major security stuff, but I didn't see it, but it's your call on that. I mean, they're gonna see plenty.
I mean, if they were gonna take a picture, they shouldn't take pictures of students, I guess, you know what I mean? Like, you're just taking pictures of faces.
Right, I mean, I suppose the students were doing the tours, they might end up in a picture, but maybe they just need to know that when they sign up for that job, that they're not those students who.
That's when you might get family, bring the other kids from elementary. Big school people or.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a problem with taking pictures. I just would say that Ross should make sure that every tour guide is able to be photographed. Because some of our students are not allowed to be photographed. And their parents opt out of that. When need a comment or question?
Yeah, I had two actually. One was, are you gonna have a sign up for us to help out, just so?
Yes, we'll make a separate sign up just for shifts throughout, so you don't have to be there the whole 9 to 3, but we can break it into sign up shifts with a couple people per shift.
Okay, perfect. And then I was just gonna say, I know we deal with photos all the time with kids, but if it's a public event, which this is a public event, I'm always told that's fair game. Like if a student shows up to something that we host as a public event outside of school, that we're allowed to use those photos. So I just want to put that out there as something we use, but I know you guys have you're going to do your checks and balances too.
I don't think is there an age limit, in other words, people having babies, any problem with that?
I mean, I think it's, as long as we're clear about supervising children, like our students can't do that, we don't have a babysit, you know, I would say at times we have like babysitting, I don't think we should, you know, at this point, I think parents would have to make sure they're supervising kids, because they, like, say a student was on their own, or a young child was on their own, that would be, you know, concerning to us, so I would just
The
say.
carries is that you have under 5-year-olds that get a new patient. And so they might disrupt that group, not intentionally, it's just the nature of kids, so it's like under 5, please don't rain on them. If you don't want to lock families out.
I don't know, as long as people know they should supervise their children, right, you know.
Could we say that, that's part of the slideshow was for you.
We need to.
Maybe, whether during their registration, please know we don't have daycare for that event.
Yeah.
You know, make sure to supervise your children during the course of the tour, or
Yeah.
whatever, yeah, be said, and people understand that.
Yeah. And I think it's probably, Russ and I were estimating roughly like an hour, you know, between where you would be, your presentation starts and then you walk through the building, probably an hour. So I know in the past we have done babysitting for longer meetings, but an hour, I think it's, we don't, that's not something you can solve, right?
You know, these logistics and picky on, but from doing a lot of these over the years, you'd be surprised how you want to minimize disruption.
Yeah.
One person or maybe is prior, they say, can you settle the baby down, come back and tour? You just have to be prepared for
Yeah,
that.
of course.
Now, you don't want to discourage it, but you don't want to interfere. It's a fine balance.
Feel free to explore outside if you're.
Need a little break, there's nothing like that.
Restroom, please.
Anything you may have missed, or? I think this is something that is manageable. We didn't want to make it, you know, chaotic. I think this is a good opportunity, gives a good amount of people an opportunity to go through, and if there is more interest, we can think about maybe another time or
spring.
yeah, you know, like, so I think this will engage the interest of people as well, but I think it's a good amount to offer, and I think requiring signups and not allowing the walk-ins, like, I know we talked about that briefly, but you have to sign up. I think that's a good way to manage it.
Yeah. And so if they were gonna show up, if we had slots available, we could put them in that slot, or
Yeah.
even at, we had talked about. Like,
Oh, right.
Yeah, I think you open up the 40 spots, and if they fill up, they fill up, if they don't fill up, and somebody shows up, you do it, but I think it's, I don't think it's, yeah, whatever's available.
Yeah, that's
Not
like,
big
they're
deal.
all actually,
Yeah.
they're all actually gonna have 10, 50%.
Yeah.
So again, 20 people would plan 4 or 5. And so if someone shows up, that, and basically it's, you know, standing in line and they come in.
Standby.
Stand by, it's their risk.
Yeah.
You wanna do that, so
How would you manage that though? Well, you said that
so you might get 50 people.
Right, but I think if we say we had 40 spots and they're filled.
Right,
Yeah.
but I think what I was saying is if not all show up, then do you fit in the.
Yeah,
I guess, yeah.
I think, you know, if you have value in the thing, if you want to stay, if you want to, sorry, we don't have any space.
Right.
In reserve, but if you want to wait, you know, for the next rotation, if there's some slots, we'd be happy to allow.
Right.
Yeah, so if as a gallant people,
Like,
Well, we'll have a check-in sheet for at the table, and we'll have really, yeah, and then so when you come in and be like, oh, I'm Kat, I'm signed up for this, you can check them off and see.
Kathy, it's-
Call me, this box.
We're giving people fun, bring them the fun.
People find out, they bring down, there'll be spots, you know.
Things happen.
like a stick.
I thought I wanted to go, now it's Saturday, I don't know.
I mean, Pat and I could talk about it they were thinking like, I was thinking like, you got like a decal, something of like.
You stand out the end, you can count the logo.
Oh, yeah, everyone loves those, their water.
But you don't do that.
Oh, I have VOGP.
Well,
Just like,
we do have, we need those two in the press.
We did.
Yeah, they do that, they're like, they're $130.
Do we do VOGC or?
We can talk about that, I mean, I guess the thing about this is we will know how many people, so if there was something we wanted to give them, something.
I mean,
But
like the tax that the high school is built on, our vision. So I do have them, we could just order more. I don't know, but I put it on my computer. Oh, I have it on my phone. It's like FHS, maybe like. River House. Yeah. We could do a River House. I mean, the cookies went really fast.
yeah,
You mean there were cookies? Cookies?
there were cookies.
Do we get pictures?
I have a picture of them.
Were they gone
We
in
have a
like 3
picture.
seconds?
We have a picture. Yeah, they were on that. They went really fast.
They were in our slideshow.
The cookies?
Just a picture.
They must have been.
They must have.
They went real quick.
What, did they eat them or they say?
I know.
Here.
Oh, yeah.
They were on that.
Collected like.
I know.
Yeah, they're rare.
Yeah.
That's right.
There was only 200 of them,
You
so.
see them on eBay pretty soon.
I know.
We do. Okay, yeah, I think that sounds good, right? No one will be so, think that?
How many volunteers do you need?
Well, our building committee has, how many, we have 7? Plus all the staff coming. No, we have 8 voting members.
You can open it up to the board too, maybe if you need one, get one then. We should probably have 2 people each.
And yeah,
I'll be there, is that right? I'll be there. Yeah. Hey, we'll just do it. Well, yeah, we need to.
but I think between us, we have, staff, Deb and I will be there.
You guys go in there.
I think we'll have between that and the, committee.
Yeah.
I can make sure we go.
I'll take it out, I'm not a resident. I know there's really.
So they come in,
I know.
Like a bad, here's a bad, a good bad. I want to keep that.
Cover up your spot there.
Oh, yeah.
Anniversary dinner.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in California.
Yeah. You're not listening.
They're just.
Oh.
Okay, so I will mention the volunteer.
Yeah. Yeah.
That may be- oh,
Yeah.
I know it's.
Well,
And we also maybe if you think, who's still in as well, we'll have the tour guide who probably has some students. Yes. Doing households.
All right. Anything else? Anything else, folks, Cam?
I think that's it, as long as everybody's on board, Russ and I have another meeting on the books, just to continue the logistics, and then, we'll probably have a quick meeting in October. We'll have a meeting before and just finalize logistics, and compared to the ribbon cutting, this is,
Yeah.
we're good.
I know, bigger one first and now.
Yeah, so we will, I don't think we'll need the 1st October,
The 16th.
so it would be on the 16th. Yeah.
That's what, there's nothing else then, we will. Go ahead and adjourn, can I have a motion to adjourn, please?
A second.
All right, all in favor? We will adjourn at 4:30.